Welcome to the second video of our PPE management series. In this section we are going to cover the process of donning or putting on your PPE. Do you have an idea of how that should be done? Let's hear from 3 of you. Safe work practices to protect yourself and limit the spread of infections. 1. Always keep hands away from face and PPE being worn. 2. Change gloves when torn or heavily contaminated. 3. Limit surfaces touch. 4. Regularly perform hand hygiene. And 5. Always clean hands after removing gloves. Pre-donning instruction. Tie your hair back. Remove jewelry that can puncture your PPE. Confirm you have the right size of PPE. Lastly, clean your hands with an alcohol-based sanitizer. If not available, use soap and water. Here are the recommended PPE components: the gown, mask, face shield, surgical gloves and a hand sanitizer. Now let's break this down into steps you will need to follow as you put on your PPE. Do you know what comes first? Did you think of the mask or gown? Well, the first thing you always need to do is wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds prior to putting on PPE. PPE should be always worn before going to your workstations. Let's now review the recommended order for donning PPE. First step, putting on the gown. Make sure the gown fully covers your body, from the neck to the knees, and on your arms it should go down all the way to the wrist. Now you have your gown on, do you remember what you don next? Hold on to your thought as we watch how to put on the gown.
Perform hand hygiene by using alcohol-based hand sanitizer or washing your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Put on the isolation gown. Tie all ties or snap all snaps.
Was your previous answer a mask? Correct. Check that the mask is not ripped and does not have any holes. Place the mask on your face with the elastic bands around your ears. Pinch the top edge of the mask so that it fits your nose, then pull on the bottom of the mask to cover your mouth. Let's keenly watch how this is done.
If a respirator is not available, put on a face mask. Extend the face mask under your chin, protecting both your mouth and nose. If the mask has loops, hook them around your ears. If it has ties, secure them at the base of your neck and crown of your head.
Note: the surgical mask should only be used once. It should not be dangled around your neck or ears after or during its use, as shown. Also avoid touching the mask and immediately change if it becomes wet or damaged.
Next, put on a face shield or goggles.
Great. We will now need 3 volunteers to demonstrate the processes of putting on the gown, mask and the face shield. Who wants to volunteer? Remember, you always learn better by practicing. So let's do this together. The final step is putting on the gloves. Use thumb holes if the gown has them. If the gown is made of disposable fabric, you can make your own thumb holes. Make sure the gloves cover the wrist of the gown as demonstrated in the next video.
Lastly, put on your gloves. Pull the gloves down so that they cover the wrist of the gown.
That was easy, right? You can now put your PPE with ease following the steps we discussed. Before we conclude this section, let's have 2 volunteers demonstrate the complete process of donning the PPE. Did they do it right? What mistakes did they do? Awesome! You are now able to carefully don a PPE. Kindly take 3 minutes to discuss the lessons learned with your colleagues. Next we will go through the doffing process.